13-mile-an-hour winds.
Right.
I'm being told like 30-mile-an-hour winds today potentially gusting through here. So special teams all of a sudden becomes a big deal.
Yeah.
So if you can play good defense, good special teams, and you can keep all the Texas offensive weapons kind of on the sideline, you got a recipe for success here for Michigan.
Dennis, last week you brought up that 1A, 1B last year with Blake Corum and Donovan Edwards.
Yeah.
And who's going to be that 1B?
Right.
We know about Donovan Edwards. Khalil Mullins, I think, gives him a thumper. I think they're very different in their running style. So if they do what you're saying, defense, possess the football, it's about that line and about the quarterback being in 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, not 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9.
And Khalil is a thumper. He's a former linebacker, so he loves the physicality of it.
Yeah.
Steve, that's right up your alley.
I go back to what Michigan they tried doing last week. They tried getting a quick, a long shot early, and he threw a pick.
Yeah.
So that's that close to going 14-0, and then everything's opened offensively. So the way they called the game, I thought it was interesting. Last week, Coach brought up Loveland. I think he's the key. They showed a ton of different ways on how they can get him the ball with either quarterback in the game. So you still have that going for you too.
If you play the way Michigan wants to play, run the ball, control the line of scrimmage, you got to be really good on 3rd down because you're going to get a lot of those 3 and 3, 3rd and 4 situations. And last year they were one of the best teams in the country on 3rd down. If they can get their quarterback to deliver that way this year, that's going to make a huge difference for them in terms of shrinking the game and playing good defense.
Coach, I remember talking to you after the Rose Bowl last year with everything that happened. And the way Sharon runs his offense, huddle, formation, shift, that's all remaining, right? And that's something that Texas is going to have to deal with. Not every team does that in 2024.
Well, like 10 years ago, we had trouble at Alabama playing against fastball no-huddle teams.
Right.
And after adjusting to that, we're playing against a team that huddled last year when we played Michigan in the playoffs for the first time all season, and that was an adjustment. Right? So it is different when you can see what they're in no huddle, and then all of a sudden you got to identify them when they come out of the huddle, and then there's a lot more shifts and motions to go with that, which creates adjustments for the defense.
We'll continue to break down this game inside the stadium. Texas and Michigan kicking off a little bit afternoon, but tonight on ABC, Tennessee and North Carolina State, in contrast to all of the changes at Michigan, North Carolina State returned its entire coaching staff, just one of 7 programs in the country to say that. The boss is the winningest coach in Wolfpack history, Dave Doran. Here he is getting his team ready for Big Orange.
Laser. So if you think about a laser, how that thing is pinpointed, a beam of light, that's how my eyes need to be on my key. Burn your eyes on your key. You need to do it practice. You got to do it every time you're out there. That's how you're going to win this game, man. Think about it. 11 guys are on the field. The 11 guys are just a little bit better than they were last week, but they play together instead of 10 or 9 at a time. The outcome is incredible.
North Carolina State, they dipped into the portal. They got some weapons, and perhaps most importantly, they got a quarterback, Grayson McCall, who's 3-time Sun Belt Player of the Year at Coastal Carolina.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting because I think Grayson McCall, the similar offense that he ran in Coastal Carolina, was more about him getting out on the edge, making plays with his legs, making plays with his feet. He's running more of a pro-style system, at least what we saw week 1. How will they attack Tennessee? Tennessee's strength is their defensive line. They're very inexperienced in the back end. This would be a game you would think that North Carolina State can get physical and pound you, and then at some point with Concepcion take some shots to try to get the ball either up the perimeter or downfield, because McCall can make every throw. He does a really good job. But I think what a lot of people want to see is how Nico, the quarterback from Tennessee, against this 3-3-5 in West Virginia, they ran that forever. Tony Gibson was at West Virginia forever. He's now been running this defense for the last 3 or 4 years. I know that's an exciting matchup.
I think that's a massive piece for this NC State team against this Tennessee offense with the way Heupel operates. And I think we're going to have some film here in a matter of moments. But if you have more people in the secondary, obviously that's going to help with the option routes. You talk about NC State wanting to pound the ball. They got running back transfer from Duke and Jordan Waters too. And he had 2 touchdowns last week. He was great. NC State wasn't great for like 3 quarters. Then they turned it on late. But they able to continue that momentum today against a very, very tough Tennessee team looking to do some damage.
Remember James Pierce coming off the edge, one of the best pass rushers, not just in the SEC, arguably one of the best in the country, number 27.
And, in Tennessee, too, is going up against Tony Gibson. Tony likes to give candy out in the film section and do well. Kicked them all out before handing out the candy last week. They're hoping enough to be able to reward that defense today, and they're going to have to deal with new Tennessee quarterback Nico Iamaleava. who's a quiet guy but making noise in Josh Heupel's attack.
That's like Nico short for Nicolas.
Nicolas.
Go round, boy! Go round, Squirrely!
Oh my goodness!
I see you, boy. Good ball, guys. Nice, guys. Good ball.
They got all this healthy. They got to bring the gushers out, man. I gotta keep my calories up. I'm just trying to practice some good habits. I really wanted that back shoulder. I thought we could get that up.